Is there a difference between a university professor in Europe or America and a university professor in Nigeria? I want to tell you there is a massive difference. One person I know in another capacity, not academia, recently retired from his post, and he removed his abbreviations and titles from his presentation online. You know, when you put yourself on Zoom, there is a name behind at the bottom of your picture, and he changed that. And I know someone else that was a professor in the UK, and the day he retired, he not only retired but stopped publishing. And I contacted him for something, and he said, I'm retired. And that was the end of it. In Nigeria, you don't retire. Many of my colleagues continued working long after their so-called retirement. They might not have been teaching full-time, some might have been, but they didn't really retire. Just like I supposedly retired in 2014, that is 8 years ago, but I'm not retired. Now, what is the difference? In one case, your title, that is professor, is attached to your work, your paid work, your paid employment. And when you retire, just like you would remove a blouse, you know, a university coat, you just hang it on a peg and say, see you, and that was the end of it, and you just become Peter, Paul, or John. In Nigeria, you are a professor for life. It doesn't mean that you are rich, because you may not even get your pension, just like me, but you are still a professor in the sense that your duty is markedly different from the one it would be. Now see the University of Cambridge, general role profile for a professor. I read it, that is from their website. The purpose of the role is to support and maintain the university's national and international reputation for excellence in teaching and research. Contribution to excellence in research will encompass international leadership in the post holder's relevant subject area through originality in research and scholarship, and contribution to the advancement of knowledge in the subject area. Contribution to teaching will include an established reputation and contribution to teaching within the department or faculty. The role holder will participate in the overall contribution of the department and faculty where appropriate. So, you have heard about the university, about the department, about the faculty. In Nigeria, it's exactly the same, except that there is an external addition. A whole list is added to the internal work expected from the professor, be it a man or a woman. Professors are expected to be luminaries in the society, training the young, training the juniors. For example, at the UNN in Nigeria, we were teaching what they called sandwich courses, where teachers, secondary school teachers that were not fully qualified but needed, were coming during just 3 weeks to 1 month in December to train and finish and get a degree in their teaching subject. That was just only part of it. Then apart from that, they were expected, and they are expected, to have an influence, a positive and strong influence on the life of their village, on the life of their parish and other groups. They are looked upon to guide the society, to be the wisdom of the people, to be the ones that the government could count upon. Several of them have been called along the years to be in government, local or, state governments. And that is why when you retire as a professor in Nigeria, you continue being greeted as prof. Doing otherwise would be an insult, belittling you as if you have lost part of yourself, part of your identity. It's not just a title attached to a job. It's a title earned by you and attached to your life. You have a calling, you have a duty to others. And I know that many of them don't have, have not realized it. Many of them are just cheapening themselves. But the truth is, it is a calling. If you are one of the few that has become a professor, it's not just to be greeted as such. It's that you have a calling to guide the society around you. To be someone you can look upon and say to the children, see, X, Y, Z, professor, this is what I expect of you. To be working hard, to be honest, to be productive, to always seek the best, and you can write more on that list. So if you are a professor, I invite you, rethink about your role. If you are not yet or not, then check where you are in academia and seek to be the best you can be. Your students are looking up to you.